Our second stop in the winter adventure takes us to the Charlottesville Fashion Square, which appears to be holding its own, but could be living on borrowed time. I'll explain more as we tour the interior. Charlottesville Fashion Mall's history is rather elusive, forcing me to dig pretty deep for this mall's history. But a few colleagues in Sky City were able to help me paint a picture of the mall's past. Developed by Leonard L. Farber, Charlottesville Fashion Square opened in March of 1980, attracting Miller & Rhodes, Leggett, and Sears. JCPenney would come in just months later to join the fold. While Charlottesville had the downtown mall, a large outdoor square and pedestrian complex, Charlottesville Fashion Square was the first and so far only enclosed mall in the region, nearest mall competition being Lynchburg's River Ridge Mall, the Staunton Mall, and multiple more malls in Richmond, all of which were just a few dozen miles away. Miller & Rhodes would be short-lived, closing in 1990, but this would be addressed as Stone & Thomas came to fill the void. Upon being acquired by Elder Bierman, Stone & Thomas would be closed in 1998, being replaced by Leggett as an auxiliary store. Leggett remains spiritually as a Belk, of whom still fills both anchor spaces to this day. As the 2000s progress, the Charlottesville Fashion Square would be used as a setting in Tom Clancy's book, The Teeth of the Tiger. This sparked a minor controversy as the book utilized the mall's setting and even stores in an accurate manner. This wouldn't do too much to damage the mall's reputation. In fact, the book was much more poorly received, netting in reviews that ranged from mixed to mostly negative. Concerns would rise about the mall's safety as violence began to spike in 2010. A fight that had broken out on March of that year would involve over 100 people, forcing the mall to shut down early. In 2012, the mall management came under fire as mall security had apprehended a child abductor but didn't report them to the authorities and let them walk later that day. Despite this, mall management kept an optimistic outlook, keeping the mall as a destination for Charlottesville residents and travelers like myself. Although occupancy is beginning to dip, management combats this by hosting fashion shows, exhibits, and more community-driven events to keep people flocking back to the mall. Today, the mall is listed under ownership by Washington Prime Glimcher. Their major challenge will be addressing the loss of Sears, which was announced in December 2018 and is expected to close by the end of March. This loss of this anchor, along with a few store closures announced in recent weeks, leads me to believe that this mall may be living on borrowed time. What do I think about the Charlottesville Fashion Square? It's a pretty good looking mall, for a modern one at least. While the mall could certainly use a little more color to brighten things up, the mall still maintains some flair with the ceiling, the skylight in the center court, and the changes in elevation on the north and south sides of the mall. Part of what leads me to say this mall is living on borrowed time is that as we're walking through, you'll notice a few stores that have announced closure. In fact, in recent weeks, the whole company behind said store is in total liquidation mode, like that Charlotte Roofs we saw earlier. But the biggest store closure hitting this mall is this Sears store that we see up ahead. In fact, we're going to go inside and get a look around. Okay, I'll stop looking at raffle cars. Now we're gonna go inside Sears. Sears, as we know it, is a very strange anomaly. Many wonder how the company is even still open. I mean, I'm kinda wondering that myself. Sears managed to secure bankruptcy protection, and who knows how much time that'll buy the company. So now what? Are they going to bounce back? Will they even bounce back at all? Or is this just another lifeline prolonging the inevitable? At this point, I don't even know anymore, and I'm afraid to guess. In addition, the canned music is not even playing inside of this Sears store. Even though there are still customers inside, it's still rather creepy to walk around the mall, not hearing any smooth jazz or old 90s pop. Even though this is just a single floor Sears, it's still a massive space to fill. Looking around Charlottesville, I could still see a mall working out for a city, unless the local economy collapses. And even then, it doesn't seem any amount of political controversy is gonna topple Charlottesville itself. Regarding the mall, the owners would need to get creative in repurposing this space. I am no expert, but I have seen in some studies that some demographics, they just want an experience. One possibility in repurposing this Sears would be to bring in entertainment venues. So tell me this, what would you do if you were a mall owner with an ailing Sears store? What would you do to repurpose the Sears when it closes? Sears, it's just too much of a tarnished brand at this point, and if they even make it to 2020, I'll be completely and utterly shocked. Here's a couple ideas for Sears. Round 1 Entertainment, or even a Tilt Arcade. Hell, even Dave & Buster's. Entertainment centers like these would be a good fit for repurposing this store. Alright, that's enough Sears. Now we're going to begin the hike back to Belk Men's, which was originally Miller and Rhodes. All in all, Charlottesville Fashion Square, it has its faults, and it looks like it's on the decline. I am curious, however, to see how management will handle the loss of Sears in the long run. Whether the mall will survive or slowly die off remains to be seen at this time. We'll just have to wait and see. Payless Shoe Source is also on its way out, along with the rest of the company. Another spot that the mall will need to fill. I suppose it is good that the mall is keeping people coming back through community events. After all, people who come to see the events may need something at the mall and can go shop. Or maybe they'll grow hungry and can get a bite to eat at Chick-fil-A or that sit-down Sbarro's. So we're just about at the end, but before we go, let's go get a look inside that Belk Home Men and Children store. This store has a very warm presence about it, with plenty of lighting and wood grain aesthetics to it. When I first got a look, I just had to go inside with the camera. Anyway, we're coming up towards the end of the video. I do hope that you enjoyed the tour of Charlottesville Fashion Square, it's Sears, and one of the Belk stores. Do hit that like button, or dislike, I don't care. And comment about what you like or didn't like about the video. And if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe if you enjoy touring these malls with me. We're just getting started on the winter adventure, and I would love for you to come join me as we tour around Baltimore and beyond. If you want to keep the discussion going about the mall, then you are welcome to join the Dead Malls Discord. Organized by Sal of the Expedition Log series, the Dead Malls Discord is a great place to come and talk about malls or retail in general. You can also meet a number of creators: Sal, Retail Archaeology, Wally B, Unicom Productions, Raw and Real Retail, Deadmalls.com, Ace's Adventures. Too many to name, really. Just answer a couple questions to the mods and we'll get you set up easy as 1, 2, 3. So come on, we'll wait for you there. Well, until next time, this is Doomie Grunt wishing you and the Charlottesville Fashion Square farewell and good luck.